So it's Monday at like 6 in the morning right now. Just got done with my morning jog, just doing a mile in the mornings every morning. Well, Sunday through Friday. Saturdays I get enough running in as it is, so I just do burpees on Saturday mornings. But just got done with my mile run. After I'm done filming this video, gonna go inside, do a cold shower. But while I was running, I was just thinking about stuff. And right now it's October. It's starting to get pretty chilly out. And this is the time of year, every year, where everybody's like, oh, I wish it was summer already. And then like in July and August when it's hot as fuck out, the kind of heat that makes your balls stick to your leg if you're a dude, okay? When that time rolls around, then they're like, oh man, I wish it was fall, I wish it was winter, so it wasn't so hot. And I was just thinking about that because it's pretty chilly this morning, but it's gonna just get colder as the season goes on, And like, the way I think about it is, if you can't operate in certain weather, how do you expect to operate in other kinds of weather? And what I mean is, like, the people who say, oh, it's too cold out, I just want to stay inside, I don't want to go out and do anything. Those same people are the people that when it gets too hot out, which is what they want it to be warmer instead of cold, they're like, oh, it's too hot out, I just want to stay inside in the AC. Bruh, weren't you just begging for it to be hot out like 3 months ago? So that's what I mean. Like, if you can't operate, I'm trying to keep my face in the light here, but if you can't operate no matter the weather, no matter the temperature, and you're always waiting for that like perfect, like clear sky, 75-degree day to do shit, like, you're not gonna go anywhere. You're just gonna be running in place, okay? And it's just annoying. I hate listening to those people because it's like, dude, like, oh, all of a sudden it's a better timing that your like furnace breaks in the middle of June instead of like October. Oh, but it's not cold out. At least I got that going for me. It's like the same people who say this sort of stuff are the same people who swear up and down that warm showers are the best way to go in the morning. The best way to go. They take warm showers year round and they wonder why they have like dry skin in the wintertime. Okay? Like, it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous to say that. And then, if you're making excuses about the weather, what other excuses are you making? Okay? If you're like so influenced by what the weather is doing that you don't do stuff, then I'm afraid for you. Because let me tell you something, like, cold or blistering hot, blisteringly cold or blisteringly hot, I'm gonna be out here running this winter for the rest of the 75-day hard challenge that I'm doing. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm not some sort of fucking freak I may be a little insane, a little psychotic at some points with what I do, but you know, it's just a mile in the morning. Anybody can go run a mile, like, hopefully under 20 minutes. You know, I'm jogging this shit and I'm going like on a 10-minute mile in the morning. Like, it's not that hard to do. It doesn't take that much time. It doesn't take that much time to do a lot of things. Like, people want to start getting fit. Like, all they got to do is not drink pop and drink the fucking Dunkin' Donuts, like, chocolate fucking whatever, you know? Cappuccino or whatever it is. All you got to do is, like, not drink that. Cut that shit out and, like, watch how your body changes. That's how my body changed so drastically. My body composition changed so drastically as I used to love drinking pop. And the day I started not drinking pop was the day my physique got exponentially better. It's crazy how that works. It's almost like that shit's not supposed to be in your body. But, you know, those same people who, like, rely on the weather to make it a perfect day for them to go out and get something done, to do something, are also the same ones who are probably madly addicted to caffeine. And, like, yeah, I can see how caffeine can be good for you sometimes, but I haven't drank any caffeinated beverage like pop or coffee for almost 2 years now. It's been a year and 10 months on November 1st that I haven't drank that stuff. Like, it's not that difficult to do. But those same people will swear up and down that, like, if they don't get their fucking Dunkin' Donuts coffee in the morning, or coffee at all, that the entire day is ruined. And it probably will be ruined, because then you're going to realize how badly addicted you are to it, and how you're going to go through caffeine withdrawal and bullshit like that. That's another thing, like, just like the weather, if you got to rely on something, like, I got a buddy who, he swears up and down that he can't do his job as a fucking server without putting a Zyn in his mouth. Dude, how can you not do your job unless you got a Zyn? That signals to me like more than an addiction. That is like almost a, this isn't going to make any sense, but like almost a parasitic dependency, you know? In my opinion, I view that worse than an addiction. Because maybe an addiction, like, when you're bored, you get the compulsion to do something. But if it's to the point where you literally cannot function to do your job, and you gotta, you know, pack a Zyn or go hit a vape or, like, take a shot of whiskey or something, like, if you can't do your shit without doing that stuff, like, dude, where are you expecting to go? You know? Like, where are you... Seriously, where are you expecting to go? What are you expecting to do? Like... And then, not to mention, too, I don't know, it's just like, the whole thing's dumb. The whole thing's fucking stupid. Seriously. All it takes is, like, doing one thing a day. Okay? You want to get fitter, but you don't want to get a gym membership? Dude, just do one set of push-ups till failure. If you can't even do one push-up, find something like a table or a counter to do push-ups on there, you know? Little incline push-up action. You want to get your wind up? Go do burpees or go, like, run a mile every morning. Sprint the last 40 yards. Doesn't take that long. But people make it seem like doing those things is a massive shift compared to what they are doing. And it kind of is and it kind of isn't. Because I will admit, like, on my I guess, quote unquote, self-improvement journey. Okay. I've, it's been pretty interesting for me because I've realized something, and that something is the very first day you decide to change something about your life for the better is the day that the life you're living will never be good enough. People hear that and they're like, oh, well, well, if it's never going to be good enough, then why would I do that stuff? Why would I bother, like, working out or quitting my bad habits? Well, it's never good enough, but in a positive way. Because when you start to climb up the stairs, right, you realize that you're 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 chasing a vision. You realize you may never attain that vision of that perfect you that you want, that I know everybody wants. It's not selfish or arrogant to want to be the best version of yourself. Okay, but as soon as you start chasing that, you realize you'll never attain that because that vision, that version of you that's ahead of you on the climb is perfect, and you'll never be perfect. But if you chase perfection, you can attain excellence. And when you're excellent at something, you became excellent because no matter what you do, there's still something that you can always do better. And a lot of people, like, they don't get it. They don't get that. It's not like, oh, you'll never be good enough. You're never gonna amount to anything. It's not that kind of never gonna be good enough. It's kind of like, okay, like, I got this going for me. I got that going for me. Maybe my physique could use a little work. I make a lot of money. I got a nice job. I got a girl or whatever. Maybe my physique can use a little work. Or I got a sick physique. I got a sick car. But maybe at the end of the day, like, I'm not making that much money. So I got to up the game there while also leveling everything else up. It's... People are afraid to admit that they can be better because everybody knows that they can be better, right? But it takes in my opinion, it takes a genuinely humble and not self-absorbed person to admit that they need to get into the gym, or to admit that they need to quit vaping or quit drinking and, like, getting drunk every weekend. It takes a certain kind of person to admit that maybe what they're doing isn't really conducive to living the best life that they can live. And a lot of people are trapped in this mindset of like, oh, well, I'm in this spot right now, and, maybe I drink a lot, or I'm not going to the gym as much, but my life isn't that bad. Like, I still got a roof over my head, and it could always be worse. Brother, my guy, once you get comfortable, you get complacent. And complacency kills ambition, drive, vision, kills goals, kills dreams that you may have had. It's just, people don't understand that. So, but I know there are people who do understand that, who they're just a little bit afraid, or just a little bit not motivated enough to take that first step. And I was there. So I can relate to those people. But I can't relate to the people who are always making excuses, who are always finding a reason why being complacent in their own lives is a good thing. Can't relate to those people, but I can relate to the people who are on the fence, right on the line, right at the apex, that turning point of making that first step. And if you're one of those people who's getting a little bit of analysis paralysis, a little bit, unsureness, maybe you're just lacking that little extra bit of motivation. Well, if you're one of those people, just take the step, dude. Just take the leap. It'll be the best leap that you ever took. It'll be the best dive that you ever took. But the thing is, you got to dive all in. You can't just dip your big toe or your pinky toe in the pond and say, oh, that's good enough. Nah, dude, you got to go all in. Whatever it is, all in on the gym, all in on your finances, all in on your job, all in on your spirituality. Fuck, go all in on it all, and you'll feel like you're drowning sometimes. But you realize as you struggle to swim, you'll get better at swimming, right? It just takes practice. It just takes that first step to take you over the edge. And then everything's downhill, but not downhill in a bad way, you see? Downhill in a way that you're gaining momentum. So when you hit those big obstacles, that momentum will carry you over, right? Yeah. Got to go take my cold shower for today. Maybe somebody will listen to this. Hopefully, it'll inspire somebody. Just take that first step, bro. Just take that first step. Go for that 0.5 mile run. 0.5 miles ain't that much. But I guarantee once you do that, you'll be like, hey, this isn't too bad. Maybe I can do more. Once you get one thing down, start adding more on top of it, one at a time, or all at once. Doesn't matter. Just take that first step. I know you might be unsure. I know it may seem embarrassing to admit that you do need to get better. But see, those are the people I would much rather be around than the people that say, well, I'm as good as I'm gonna get. Well, I don't need to change this. It's worked out for me so far, but not really because I'm not going anywhere. Okay, I'd much rather be around the people who have enough humility and who are humble enough to be like, yeah, maybe I do need to make a positive change in my life. Those people I can work with. Those people are truly the good people in this world. Everybody at my gym, whether they're on their own or they're there training with the trainers that are there. I know all those people are good people because they see what they need to improve on, and they get after it. And it may be difficult some days for them. Hell, it's difficult for me right now because I've been holding this phone up here for almost 20 minutes. It's cold as fuck. Need to go take my cold shower already, but I just had to get this out. So yeah, if you're one of those people that's right on the cusp of making a decision that'll change your life for the better, just go for it. All it takes is that one step. And then you're on a whole different trajectory. Trust me, bro. And it'll be great. You're gonna love it.